film doctor.
Look, HR, you see, look, I'm dressed appropriately. I was on time. I'm not eating. Got my mug. No, nothing to complain about. I'm here. I'm having a beautiful day. And the film surgeon. Welcome back to the attic. Today, we have a hot film to dissect. A Quiet Place. Part 2. Coming to us from Video on Demand. And we are now.
We're reviewing Quiet Place 2. This is going to be interesting. I can't wait to do so. Let's jump right into our film review. A Quiet Place 2. I enjoyed it. You know, looking at the first one, which was
A Quiet Place 2 now. Since I can't yell or scream or anything like that, this is A Quiet Place as well. So it's really like A Quiet Place 3, you know?
Someone sounds bitter. Okay, so I liked the first one, and so I had high hopes for the second one, and I think that they did not let me down. It was something that I did enjoy. It had everything that you kind of wanted. I like how the storytelling for this one was to kind of set up what happened in the beginning that you never really got from the first movie, and then lead you directly into where they're at from the end of the first one in this second one, and then continue to tell that story from there. The music and the suspense of this, the acting, I think it was good, you know. And I say acting, there's one part that kind of stands out in my mind when they're kind of running to jump down this tube or tunnel, and the girl that's deaf, she's running, but then she changes her face to show that she's like really putting effort into it. Like, I don't know, it was something about that. Like, I felt like any other actor would just kind of rush, but it really was showing a sense of like she was putting in her all to try and escape from this monster. And considering the monsters were CGI, I'm pretty sure that you don't see them on camera. You see her inside of the train, and just the fear of it all, the acting in congruency with what's going on with the monster. I think those things were sold well. It doesn't mean that it needed some type of Oscar award performance, but I think that they really did put an effort into the acting, especially considering that you don't really see the monster because it doesn't exist when they were actually filming. So I think that took talent and everything. The story, all in all, like the guy that is kind of helping them, I didn't understand his purpose or his story.
Talking about Emmett? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, okay. But I don't think that they...
Well, it's my job to know names, your job to not. So there you go. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're being disrespectful, and if I need to, I will write a letter to HR and let them know that I feel
I'm just being helpful to you.
Being harassed inside of the work site. Take note to this, HR, being harassed inside of the work site. So as I was saying is that, and interrupted, by the way, as I was saying is I think that it was done well. I think that the story was done well, but just that part, if you're going to have that character, I think that he should have had some type of substance or background given so that he had a relevance to the story in general. All in all, you know, like I said, if we're looking at the caliber of A+ kind of movies, considering I already thought that the first one was good, I thought that this one was good. So I'm willing to give it an A-. I think that other things probably could have been maybe done better, but I think that for what it's worth, it belongs up in that category of A's. So
for me, my viewing experience of this was a little different. I had not seen the original. So I needed to go back and watch the original to have some context in order to watch this one and give it a proper review.
It's my job to watch movies, all of them, and your job not. Oh, is that what we're doing? Oh, okay, just making sure.
HR harassment in the workplace.
Whatever, even 1 and 1. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, this is an eye for an eye. Anywho, I enjoyed the first one. And I did enjoy the second one. I thought they were both entertaining. And if you've been a long time viewer of our channel, you know, or just our show, horror is a tricky thing to do, to have that story. You know, a lot of people reach for the jump scares really quickly or different things like that, and that's kind of what horror was boiled down to for quite some time. It's just a bunch of jump scares with not really good story, not really good acting. And I think they took their time with both of these to make sure that there was a story behind this, which is what sets, you know, you apart in this genre, is having a really good story. They took their time with the story in this. I enjoyed the story. I think other people will enjoy the story. As far as the acting goes, are we giving out awards for it? No, but they did a good job, especially, you know, when you're acting against CGI to get those emotions. It's kind of hard because there's nothing there when you're doing it. So they still did a good job. So I will give them credit for that. Don't have any problems with the acting. As far as the cinematography goes, don't really have any issues with that either. Was there anything that, any shots that kind of would just like, you know, blew me away? None that I can think of off the top of my head. Music, I thought the music was good in here. It was appropriate for what we had going on, and it added to the film. It did not take away from it. So I would definitely say that is a plus in the category as well. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I think everyone else will enjoy it. I'm gonna give it a solid A instead of an A minus. I enjoyed it, and it's one of those things in the horror genre that, you know, did it right. So got Quiet Place 2, you get an A from me.
You know, I'm gonna one up you, and I'm gonna put an A plus then, because I just feel like, all right, I liked the first one. It was already in that A category, but was it something like, when I look at anything that I've given an A plus to, or even an A, it was like, oh my God, that was so good. There was only a minor thing that they could have done differently. But even inside of this one, maybe there was a couple of things. Maybe they could have had the Oscar-winning performance from
that would have.
Maybe they could have changed the music and made it better. That was my reasoning for giving that A minus. But you know, if you're giving it an A, I definitely need to go up a level and say A plus. But I really don't honestly think it was that A plus. But I also don't think it was that A. So I'm just
thinking of, and the reason that I give it an A is I'm thinking of how we've reviewed horror movies so far, you know, with what we have going out, and kind of the criteria we look at in the genre, and that's why it gets an A, because A minus is not a bad grade. It's in the A category for sure. I would not say it's a B. If you would have said a B plus, then I would have been like, okay, what are we talking about here? It's, you know, it's the fact that it does something very well for the genre that it's in, which is having a good story, that puts it to the A. If I felt like the one thing for me, if they had somebody who had like that award-winning performance, then it would have been an A plus. That's what would have took it over the top for me.
Okay. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen the first one, check out the first one, so it at least makes sense for the second one. Both movies are good. I hope they continue the series. I'm trying to think of how it ended, if they had that room to kind of continue a good story with it.
I think they do.
And I believe they do too. So if you haven't seen the first one, check it out. Then check out the second one. And please, I hope that they continue to do a lot of these, because it's a unique story. You know, this monster, you know, and I want to kind of know where they came from. You know, more or less it was just like a drain or something. They just came up from the ground or something. But I really know more backstory on where they came from. So maybe that leaves you room where they can.
Let's not push it like the Tomorrow War, okay? Because then they might do something like that. Let's not push it, okay? Let's stick with
I'm reach. This is me reaching. I'm reaching for it. I really want to see where they came from. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Not hard. We don't want to get injured or anything. And let us know in the comments. Type it in. Let us know what you guys think about the episode. And if you've seen the movie, go ahead and let us know what you guys thought about the movie. This has been a wonderful, happy, exciting experience here with the film doctor
and the film surgeon.
I don't want to move too much. I don't want to get like motion sickness. But thank you everybody for joining us, and tune in. This has been another exciting episode of
Film Addict.